Hello everybody, happy Saturday. Thank you to everybody with your great, your lovely comments and all your great ideas for reads and stuff. And I recently got one I liked a lot, and it is, what will they think of me when we first meet? Excuse me for a sec, the sun's like, I'm in my backyard because it's so beautiful, but it's the beginning of sunset, so it's really nice. The sun is right on the horizon, but it's also poking me in my eyeball. I just had the best afternoon. I went walking with my husband and my daughter's girlfriend and my son, and we went in the park, and then we went in the nature center and where the monarch butterflies live, and like I can go up and pet the butterflies. It's so fun. They just stay there. If you're mellow and you're chill, you know, they don't mind if you approach them. So I will do a 3-card spread. My husband made me so nervous when I started to rush so much because he's like, he had this big welt starting on his forehead and the mosquitoes attacked him. For some reason, they don't bother me that much. They like my ankles, but they don't bite like around my face and all that region. But he already looks like Quasimodo, like something attacked him. I'm like, all right, you can go inside. I'll hurry with this. Good, and the sun's setting. So it was such a beautiful day. And, you know, I had a lot of work to do in the morning, so I was rushed. So I was like, I'm going to get this done. And this was a great thing. And all your other suggestions I'm going to get to as fast as I can, but I really need to take it easy. When I have private reads on top of tutorials, on top of speeches, on top of all these things, and my vocal cords can only take so much, so every once in a while I gotta take it easy. So what we're gonna do, I love these, is we're gonna have 1, 2, 3. We'll keep it really simple. What will they think of me the first time we meet? So we have the turquoise heart for 1, the onyx for 2, and the pink calcite for 3. And you guys are saying how much you liked the pink calcite. Because here's the thing, and I've said this in other videos too, when we first meet somebody else, there is a lot of room for misinterpretation of what we're actually saying, and you know, the energy we're sending towards somebody else. Sometimes we just have posture like this. This reads pretty much you're blocking your heart. You're not very receptive. If you're speaking and you're doing this, you're saying basically, I'm not confident of what I'm saying because you're closing your mouth. If your eyes are darting everywhere and you're just meeting somebody the first time, it kind of conveys a message that you're a little you're elsewhere, you know what I mean? You're not present. So try to be, especially when you meet somebody, if it's on whatever Instagram or you're just meeting for the first time, to really connect by making eye-to-eye contact and having open gestures, you know, like that, have your heart open. If you're all crossed and closed off, it sends a message that you're not receptive to get to know that person, you know what I mean? So really try to keep your gestures open. So let me see what we have. I'm so excited. Ooh, we have the 3 of Cups. That's very nice. 5 of Wands. Ooh, and 4 of Wands. Okay. Yeah, because if it's one thing I know, it's body language, and sometimes we're conveying things we don't even know we're doing. You know what I mean? There's little things that shows a kind of subservience when you tilt your head and you relax like that. It's almost like when an animal does that, you're very restful and thoughtful, and it's a very relaxed stage. However, when you have your neck craned like that, that's an aggressive mood. Like if somebody's talking to you and someone goes, what are you gonna do? Bitch, you don't know my life. You do that with your neck, that asserts aggression. Any of this, like you see, I don't know, Basketball Wives and all those shows, any of that hand wagging and waving, that's very aggressive. You want to keep that to a minimum. Yeah, it incites a kind of ferocity and attack mode to people. They don't like hands waving in their face. It's pretty much just saying, fight me. So we don't want to do that. Also that, like trying to climb into yourself and hunching over, and that, yeah, that's, you're trying to diminish your presence when you do that. So instead of that, you know, just be open, shoulders, head up, eye-to-eye contact. Posture is a big part of how you convey your message of what you think about yourself, for sure. So let's see what they think of you the first time you meet them. So when you have the 4 of Wands and the 5 of Wands, I've had a lot of consecutive numbers today, and the 3 of Cups. They feel like you're joyful and you like to just be out there mixing up. They feel that you're social and that you're warm, and also that, you know, you're funny and humorous and you like to celebrate and have a good time. At the same time, being relaxed and happy and not taking everything too seriously. Now, the one thing with 5 can sometimes be a conflict card. I feel like next to the 4 too, while you're just, because it is an action card, wands are about action. And when you're out there trying to mix it up and be harmonious and get in with a big group, sometimes if it's with 3 or more people, what happens is there is a conflict for somebody's attention. Now, I know this quite well because I know my family, with the amount of work I have to do, that when I'm finally freed up, everybody wants me to listen to them, go places with them, and I feel like when you're out, your friends want your attention. And with this new person you're meeting, I feel like they're kind of laid back about it, and they just like you talking to them and being around them, and they have a good impression of you, that you are warm and friendly. So they're very laid back, and they don't feel like they have to fight for your attention. But your friends, I feel like sometimes you have a loud group around you that likes to be the focus, and it kind of sometimes just wears you a little thin. You get socially exhausted, you're in big groups and everybody's whirling and twirling and thoughts and everything, and you need a restful place for that. But yeah, the impression you make is very good, and they're also proud of you. They're proud of like how you carry yourself and you are physically, so that's really nice. So that's you guys, and if you're new, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know what you think in your comments, and all my links are below if you need a private read. A lot of people like to know how they are received by others, and they're received well, and you can tell. There's a lot of body language and expressions that will convey that. There's a really natural smile that will come out in somebody, you know what I mean, as opposed to that like weird plastic social smile, and that makes me really uncomfortable as someone who is an empath. When I feel emotions and natural ranges of expression don't match the situation, it's very weird. You'll see that in someone who's very nervous, right? That weird laugh that's like, are they gonna kill me? Like that sort of thing. It's not natural. It's a little stiff. So yeah, everything should just be loose and chilled, because you mirror other people and they mirror you. So if you're relaxed and you're having a good time, chances are they will as well. You know what I mean? Everybody's just trying their best to appear a together person, because sometimes they have thoughts or things that are occurring in their life that are hard right then. Life isn't always a dreamy breeze. We've got kids, we've got bills, we've got, in the United States, we've got crazy things happening all the time, floods and just some terrible things. So in order to not carry that baggage into your encounter with your new person, just think the lightest, nicest things you can, you know what I mean, and really look at them. That's what keeps it present in that focus together, which is nice. Ooh, so the Emperor. There you see you as a regalia, the Hierophant, and the Lovers. That is crazy. If you chose 2, holy smokes. Let me just put my hand on these for a sec. Yeah, when you have the Emperor and forget it, you have the Lovers. It's something you have the key to their imagination and their fantasy land and all those things. Like you'll know almost intrinsically, especially with the Lovers in here, what gets them enticed. You know what I mean? There's always something, a movement, a gesture, certain things that really all of a sudden grab someone's attention. So these people, upon encountering you guys on the first thing, they instantly are sexually attracted to you for sure. They're thinking of you in that sense almost immediately. Your physical self is very appealing to them, and they're like, oh, booyah, like it. I like it a lot. And with the Emperor, they see you as a very together, sort of just regal and elegant presence, like you really have your act together. You're not bougie and you're not déclassé, as it were. You ever go to a restaurant with somebody and they can't help it, they maybe don't know the right forks and the things like that. You help them, and it's that thing, when you have a touch of elegance or class, you have to make people comfortable around you, because people can be intimidated, and it has nothing to do with money. It's behaviorisms. But if they feel out of their element, especially if they go to a real swish do and they haven't been somewhere like, say, an event at the Guggenheim or something like that, and they're worried if they're underdressed or any of those things that they can't fit in. Basically, sometimes the higher realms you travel in society, the more boring it is. I swear, some of the people are so inflated and so concerned with how they appear that it's kind of a non-reality. It's almost like a Hollywood party where it's like everybody's wheeling and dealing for the next thing and nobody's really connecting. I mean, I'd rather be at an ashram or a Coachella or something where everybody's just chilling high and having a good time. But again, it's like they see you as somebody who's a little more refined and elegant, and they like it. But they also feel at ease with you because you have a grace and a nice humor about you. And the Hierophant, I feel like they they see you as someone who has a lot of knowledge in a lot of areas. You know what I mean? Like sports, history, all those things, languages. Like it doesn't have to be like a mass PhD and everything out there, but you have you're like an excellent conversationalist because you're into the spiritual, you're into, all the animals are coming through the fence, you're into the spiritual, you're into the esoteric, you understand there's a balance of things, and you believe in karmic cycles too, so you know what comes out and you put out there comes back to you, and they like that, but also they think you're some hot stuff and they want to get with you. You ever do that, like you're with somebody and you just see that look on your face and you're like, oh my God, here we go. Like I just went for a walk with Ian, he's like, look, there's nobody here. I was like, dude, no. No on top of no on top of no, no. You know, but ooh, look at the colors in that too. That's lovely. So yeah, they see you as super attractive and they're really into you. So that is you guys, and that's wonderful, especially if you're going out this weekend. So if you're new, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave your comments, and all my links are below if you need a private read. And I'm also on Instago now. I have all these things, and I have a Patreon account that's being set up for me because my friends and I are going to do our own oracle cards. I have some amazing artist friends, so I'm so excited about that. So yeah, that's you guys. So always just, you know, revel in your power and be flirty and have fun and everything. It's what it's about, right? Who's that serious about stuff? So what, who cares? You know, it's like, it's all energy. It's all an exchange of energy, right? And then we have the pink calcite, which all you ladies are going crazy for. You like the pink, you like the pink, you like it. What do we got here? The magician. They see you as abracadabra, cadabra. They want to reach out and grab you. King of Cups. Ooh, get out of here. And the Empress. I tell you, whenever I read this new deck, I said it's magic. It is major arcana. It's always the high regalia. Look at the Empress. Look at that. I love the Egyptian things. It's very, I lived in that time frame. I swear, whenever I see Egyptian art or any Ra or any of those things, it's like I'm like an animal. It's just drawn towards it. I love it. Magician for sure. The Magi. And the King of Cups. So this is very easy how they see you. First off, they see you as a very eloquent speaker. You pull the words out that you need when you need them. I feel like when you come in, they feel a sense of ease. You exude a natural kind of peaceful energy that's very chill. And it's also that, you know, that it's something you emanate. It's that je ne sais quoi that a lot of people don't have, but people are magnetized towards it. Like, yeah, people are very magnetized towards you. You're a very magnetic person. And please, with the King of Cups and the Empress, they also see you as somebody who can delegate power at work. I'm going to use this for example at work. If it's somebody you just meet at work, they see you as someone who can delegate the power with authority and the courage of your conviction and stand through with it without being dictatorial. You know what I mean? It's like, yes, you know powers of persuasion, you know what positive reinforcement equals during negative reinforcement, and negative reinforcement only breeds resentment because it makes you seem like you don't value your employees, your workers, and the people helping you. And in families and also in new people you meet too, it's very easy to devalue somebody by when they compliment you. And I can't say this enough, always receive, I feel like you receive compliments very well. It's important. Most times when I go out, just because I'm a goofball, somebody will compliment me on something. It's usually one of my weirdo hats, my jewelry, whatever. And you always be gracious and receive that by saying, oh, that's nothing, or that's a piece of crap, or, oh, I just threw this on, is devaluing the fact of something they like and they're trying to convey to you. You know, like just whatever, when someone says, you know, your hair looks good, and be like, oh yeah, right. You know what I mean? That's like saying, I don't care what you say. Yeah, always receive that well, and I feel like you do. And it teaches others around you also to receive compliments well. It's such a big part of society. It's something that connects people, especially when two women first meet, because women can sometimes just be ridiculously competitive. It's like, especially if they have, I watch women with new children sometimes, and like I used to tell my friend too from Yale this, because she thought everything was a competition when she was getting her PhD, and I knew she was going to become an eye doctor, or sorry, after she became that, I knew she was going to be a mother, and we were discussing things. It's like, please do not do this one thing that drives everybody crazy. Don't be like, my kid already speaks 2 languages, my kid already counts to 1,000 and they're still in the womb, whatever. You know, that competitive thing that women can do, and it just agitates each other. It's not lifting each other up. It's not helping them. It's not a loving thing to do. Women find it hard enough that, you know, just out there in the world, and sometimes, especially with all this Kavanaugh garbage and all these things going on, where there's such a disgusting element to society sometimes, where women, I really feel, should stick together. And I have a huge male aspect to my personality due to the fact that I have so many brothers and uncles, and I'm surrounded by men all the time. And you know, my husband, my son, and I just have one daughter, but always men, men, men. So I have a very maleness about me. Like, I've never competed with the women, and when they do that, you know, usually out of humor, I'll be like, what is this even about? I mean, you know, like, don't even try to begin with, because I'll just walk away. I'm not going to play that game. And second is, like, I hate when women are snarky to each other. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that outfit's nice. If you were home alone and you lived in Grey Gardens, like that thing, you see them doing it all the time, and it's not nice. So this person, though, they see you as above it, above the fray, above that, you know. And I feel like there is a certain thing, you don't feel like you have to squabble down with the vermin because you're a little elevated in your attitude too. Again, if we're evolving, we're not repeating patterns. We're just going up and up and up. And as we go up in our vibrations raise, we really want to help everybody around them. And you exude that and give that off, especially through the magician with that je ne sais quoi. They absolutely love that. So that is you guys. That is fantastic. I love it. I love it. That's going to be really good. So if you're new, don't forget to like and subscribe. And again, I want to thank all my viewers and subscribers for all your excellent recommendations and all your information, the feedback. It's helping me so much, especially when everything takes off so fast and the numbers go up and I'm trying to answer comments and everything. You guys are fantastic. I can't thank you enough. And also, all my links are below if you need a private read. Yeah, and like I said, with all my private reads, they don't stop. I don't do a private read and say sorry, not. We exchange emails every single day on progress, because as you reach that next level of understanding and accomplishment in your life, it almost becomes a little frightening, because you're moving on that wheel, you know what I mean? And you're now looking, instead of being in the Grand Canyon at the bottom looking at the wall, you're looking down into it. And sometimes you can get vertigo on your life, going, wow, I didn't realize everything was so super possible. And it is. So yeah, it's like, just, you know, freelance. Nobody has to tell you your direction. You can always step back. Anybody asks you, hey, can you do this for me? You never have to say, oh yes, right away. You go, let me think about that. You know what I mean? You always want to promise little and deliver big, as opposed to the other way around, because when that happens, it makes you feel a little shaky, because first of all, you feel panicked because you told somebody going to give them the world on a silver platter in a short amount of time, when instead you could say, well, I'll do my best, and then whatever you produce is lovely for them, because you haven't promised them the sun and the moon. You can only do so much as a human being, right? So yeah, that's what we got to do.